Hey, besties, and welcome back to May's Corner. I'm your host, May, and I'm so excited for today's episode. Today's episode is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while now, and today I'm going to be talking about moving from Hawaii, from the Philippines to Hawaii. I did grow up in the Philippines. I was born and raised there, and I moved to Hawaii when I was 8. But before we get into that, you guys already know I gotta have my sip of the week. And today's sip of the week is this calming drink. It's the brand Nello. It's a super calm drink. I'm currently drinking the strawberry and cream flavor, but this is the raspberry one. But this drink has ashwagandha, L-theanine, magnesium glycinate, and vitamin D3, and you just put it in your water and you drink it. I like to drink it before, like a couple hours before I go to bed, just to help calm me down, because these ingredients, God, I can't talk today. Sorry. These ingredients are supposedly supposed to help you. Is that even English? Oh my gosh. These are supposed to help you like calm down. But don't ask me, because supplements and all that is out of my scope of practice, because, you know, people be out here be giving you advice when they like watch a podcast or something, and that ain't me. But if you want to know more about that, maybe go see like a nutritionist or a naturopath, and they can explain that a little bit better. But yeah, what's going on, guys? What's the tea? There's so much tea happening in my personal life right now. It's like good tea, but some bad tea as well. But you already know. Yikes. Anyways, last Wednesday, I went to go see Demi Lovato in concert. Girl, she is such a queen. The girl got bars. She's got a voice. She has been like my day one. Like, I've been through every era that Demi has been in, like from Camp Rock, Sunny with a Chance, her Don't Forget album, and every era after that. Like, she's my girl. She has just been so raw and so like vulnerable and so real throughout her journey. It's been such a beautiful like process to see her, and yeah, I just love her so much. She's got bars. Sorry to my Swifties out there, but Demi Lovato, her range in her voice is just like phenomenal. And I bought merch from her, or from that tour. But is it me, or like is anyone else like obsessed with merch? Like, anytime I go somewhere, like, because I'm a raver, I just always have to buy merch. I don't know why. It's like my toxic trait. It's so annoying because merch is so expensive. But yeah, obviously I bought merch. And yeah, yesterday I went to a coffee rave, and I hung out with some friends after as well, and that was really fun. But before I got into the coffee rave, these two girls, they're students at UW, and they were actually selling these glasses. Let me show you guys, because it's so cool. These glasses, oh, I gotta untangle this, with earplugs. So they attach to the glasses, and you just wear it like this. All right. Oh, okay, slay. And then you put like the earplugs in here, and you don't have to worry about losing the earplugs when you're like at a rave. And I like to wear glasses at raves because it's just so much more fun when you wear glasses. So yeah, I bought these. So shout out to those two girls and their brand. It's called Sonic. Really, really good product. I'm going to use this summer because I'm going to be at a lot of like little festivals and shows here in Seattle. So yeah, I think they're cute. Sorry, I'm just like looking at myself in the camera right now. Anyways, let's get into the episode. I'm just yapping over here. So yeah, I moved to Hawaii when I was 8 years old. It was 2004. And I honestly, I didn't know I was moving to another country. I was so young that I didn't even know that Hawaii was a different country. And yeah, my mom just told me that we're moving to Hawaii. Our family is there. And me and my mom picked up our life from the Philippines and moved to Hawaii with just one suitcase. And it's definitely shaped who I am today. I feel like moving from another country is such a big change, especially at 8 years old. But yeah, today I kind of just want to talk about that journey. And as always, I have my notes here because your girl needs to stay on track. So, yes. My first thought of Hawaii when I first got there. Okay, and mind you guys, I moved to the Big Island. And if you guys are familiar with Big Island, it's like super country. There's not a lot of buildings there. So when I first got there, literally, when I got out of the airport and we started driving away from the airport, I was like, what the hell is this place? I was like in shock. Anyways, so we landed at Kona Airport, and once we started driving away, like literally all you could see is the ocean and a bunch of lava rocks and just the highway. And it took us a while to get to where my family lives because my family actually lives really far away from the airport, like an hour away if you are flying from the Kona side. Hilo's a little bit closer to where I live, but usually when I fly home, I fly into Kona because it's easier for my mom to pick me up. But yeah, my family lived in the middle of nowhere, like literally no neighbors and just middle of nowhere, which was a culture shock for me because I grew up in Baguio City. And if you guys are familiar with the Philippines, Baguio City it's pretty big and there's buildings everywhere and you could walk anywhere. And yeah, so I was just like, oh my gosh, what is this? Like, obviously when I was young, I didn't tell my mom, like, what the hell are we doing here? I didn't even understand what the hell was going on. Like, I was like still trying to process it. Now that I'm older, I'm like, damn, I really got thrown into the fire moving to another country at 8 years old. But yeah, it was kind of like weird because in the Philippines I always had like neighbors or there were like kids that I played with all the time because like there was just so many people around me, and having to move to the middle of nowhere was just like, what? Obviously I adjusted to it, but that was my first thought of Hawaii. I was like, what is this place? And I feel so weird saying that because obviously being from Hawaii, it's like such an honor to be from such a beautiful place, but just very different from the Philippines and where I grew up. Okay, the second thing that really shook me to the core moving from the Philippines to Hawaii is the food. Okay, so I grew up like eating Filipino food every day. Like, and if you're Filipino or Asian, whatever, you know that we eat rice with everything. And I remember like being at school and eating the breakfast and it was like waffles and pancakes and toast. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, where's my rice? Where's my eggs? Where's my hot dog? Where's my Spam? Like, what is this? It was so weird. I lost a lot of weight when we actually first moved there because I could not eat the food. I wasn't disgusted. It was just something new. And I just wasn't used to it. I don't really know how long it took me. Obviously I forced myself to eat the food because I had no choice. But I remember me and my mom, we had a welcome party. It's a big thing that, I don't know, Filipinos do. We had a welcome party and like a bunch of our family and friends came to the party and it was at a Chinese restaurant. And back then, I didn't really venture out to other Asian food. Like I said, I ate just strictly Filipino food. And I remember being at our welcome party and I did not like anything. I remember I was like, wow, I'm at my own party and I'm not even going to eat the food because I was just like, I don't want to eat this. It was so foreign to me. But yeah, it was just so weird. And tell me why. Tell me why. I go to McDonald's, okay? I go to McDonald's in Waimea and I order Okay, let me backtrack this because it's going to make sense. So the Philippines is known for their spaghetti, right? We're known for our sweet spaghetti. And so in the Philippines, there's spaghetti everywhere, like all the fast food chain restaurants, there's spaghetti. So I thought in my brain, I was like, oh my gosh, finally we get to go to McDonald's and I get to order like a spaghetti. My go-to order in the Philippines was a spaghetti with this like float. And the way we make floats in the Philippines is actually different too. It was with their soft served ice cream and with the hot fudge and soda. And so I was like, oh my God, I finally get to like have a meal that I actually like. We're at McDonald's in Waimea and I go up to the girl and I was like, hi, can I please order spaghetti and a Coke float, please? And she looked at me like, oh, like we don't have that. And I'm not sure who was with me. I think it was my cousin. I don't know. But someone was like, oh, they don't sell that here. They don't sell that here in Hawaii. And that was my first time having like a burger from McDonald's. And I was like, ew, like I did not like it. I just wanted my spaghetti and my float. But yeah, that was definitely one of the biggest struggles when I first moved to Hawaii was the food. Obviously, I love local Hawaiian food now. So yeah, if any of this resonates, like please let me know, obviously. But yeah, I feel like it was such a weird time in my life and something that you don't really think about when you move to another country. Very new. You have to be able to adapt. And yeah. The third thing that really shook me to the core when I first moved to Hawaii was the school system. In the Philippines, I actually went to private school. I went to a private Catholic school. And I think even the public schools in the Philippines, we wear uniforms. It's like a thing. Like the school system in the Philippines is just so serious. And I remember having to wear regular clothes to school on my first day of school. And I was like, what the, like, I didn't feel good. I was like, where's my uniform? Where's my skirt? Where is my polo shirt? And I was just like, this is so weird. And being from Hawaii, you wear slippers, flip-flops, whatever you want to call it. I guess, I don't know, you guys call it flip-flops here in the mainland? We call it slippers in the Philippines, Hawaii. Yeah, I remember thinking like, wow, like that's so unprofessional wearing slippers and sandals to school. That's so weird. And even on Fridays in the Philippines where I went to school, actually we wore like PE clothes and it was like these professional like t-shirt with joggers and sneakers and we looked really good. And I was like, oh my gosh, we don't even have PE days here. Like that's so weird. Yeah, it was definitely like so many culture shocks. It was so weird. So in the Philippines, the school system is actually like really formal. So when we get to school, we actually like stand in line, go outside, and I think we sang the national anthem and we pray because I went to Catholic school. And yeah, I was like expecting that when I got to public school, but we would just like start off our day. I think we did sing the national system in elementary school. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, we didn't like go outside, form a line and be like what the private school people do. I don't know how private school is in Hawaii, if they do that. I'm not sure because I didn't go to private school in Hawaii. But yeah, I lived in the city in the Philippines and Baguio City and I could walk everywhere. My mom and I would just walk to school or take the Jeep and it was like a short ride. And so when I found out I had to catch a bus without my mom or like you catch a bus with all these people, it's like big bus, this big school bus. I don't think we had that in the Philippines. Like till this day, I don't think we have like yellow buses like that take people to school. It was so weird, but I didn't want to do it, but I had no choice, obviously, because I needed to go to school and my mom worked. So I couldn't get out of it. I just rode the bus. It was so weird. Even thinking about it, like till this day, it's just like still so weird because it was so different from where I grew up. Also, because I lived in the city, there was like a lot of things to do where I grew up. Even if it was just like walking around the city, like with my mom or my friends, there was always something to do: sightseeing, going to the mall, or there would be like some type of entertainment going on the streets. In Baguio, there's this road. It's called Session Road, and it's just like this big road where there's shops and entertainment and street food, and like you just hang out like with people. But we didn't have that in Hawaii. I lived in the middle of nowhere, so I was like, what is there to do? Like literally all I did growing up was go on a computer. Thank God my uncle bought me a computer, and play sports, because that's literally all I could do. It was so sad at the beginning, because I did adapt, and I'm so grateful of my childhood, of where I grew up. But yeah, Baguio was just very walkable, and you can like take jeeps to get to places. Yeah, and if you don't have a car in Hawaii, especially where I'm from, like you're stuck at home. There's no way you're going anywhere. Even just to walk to anywhere where I'm from, impossible, because first of all, there's nowhere to walk to, and second of all, it's just far. Like the first house I lived in Hawaii, it's like 20, no, not 20. I lived in Kalapa before I moved to Honoka'a, and it's like a 15-minute drive to like the town to even go to the grocery store. It was, yeah. Small towns, am I right? So in the Philippines, it's actually really easy to travel and, get to places, because you can just take the bus and you're like somewhere new. There's a lot of different areas to explore, cities to explore. What me and my family did actually was we would just take the bus, and it would be like a 6-hour ride, and we're like at the province where my mom is from. We would even go to Manila sometimes and shop around, and I don't know, it's just like you could always just go like on an adventure in the Philippines. But in Hawaii, like I said, especially where I'm from, because Oahu is different, but it's still an island. It was just so much easier to travel, but I got used to it, and here we are now. Here we are. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that if you don't have a car or someone to drive you anywhere, traveling to other places is just very difficult in Hawaii, or you have to catch a plane to go to the mainland, or you even have to catch a plane to get to another island. So as far as like the people and the culture, there was just like not a lot of differences. So in the Philippines, everyone's very happy and everyone's very nice. And it's the same way in Hawaii as well. Everyone's just very like, you're just like family there. Like even when I went to school, the teachers were really nice. I was able to make friends very easily because they're just like super welcoming and super nice. So I didn't have a hard time transitioning in that aspect. I did have a hard time with my language, obviously, because English is not my first language. It's actually my third language. And I knew English because of school in the Philippines, but I wasn't like fluent at it. So I think that was hard, was learning how to speak English. But I don't know, here I am speaking English, and sometimes my Filipino accent comes out, but that's okay. That's what makes me who I am, right? Anyways, I felt more of a culture shock, and like I had a harder time transitioning from Hawaii to the mainland, actually, like as far as like people and culture. But that is another story for later. Maybe I'll do another episode on moving to Seattle from Hawaii, but that's not today's episode. Anyways, so that's pretty much all I have to say about my move. I have so much more to say about it actually, but I kind of just wanted to ease you guys in. Moving to another country at 8 years old, like now that I'm thinking about it as a 30-year-old, like I literally got thrown into the fire and was like, here you go, move to another country and learn all these things, and yeah, you have no choice. So if any of this resonates with you guys, or if you guys have like funny stories or funny moments moving from another country to another, like please let me know, and know that you're not alone. that's what makes it so great, because we were able to adapt to like a new environment. I think as immigrant kids, we're so strong and we're so adaptable and we're so funny, and we have a different way of looking at life. If I'm being honest, I've met like a lot of immigrants and even like older people that are not from here, and I don't know, they just don't take life so seriously. I think because we've just been through such a hard transition. And I don't know, like for me, at least for my family, living in the Philippines wasn't all that great. We didn't have like a lot of money. Um, yeah, we came to America for a better life, and that's exactly what I'm here to do, is to thrive and to just live life on my own terms. And yeah. I make myself laugh as always. Anyways, to close out this episode, obviously you guys know I have to talk about my small wins of the week. Ay. I hope that you guys are the ones who are listening to my podcasts lately. I hope that I've been inspiring some of you guys to really just take it back and look at your small wins of the week. And I hope that it's been helping. So yeah, my first small win of the week is that I announced my techno choreo class that I'm going to be teaching in 2 weeks. I'm super excited. I found a really great techno remix to an Eminem song, and I can't wait to get down with my friends. This is going to be my first time teaching a class or a choreography class by myself. I taught one in Hawaii with my friends. So yeah, it'll be my first time. It's going to be a learning curve for sure, but I'm giving myself grace, and the first one is always going to be the hardest, but I know that I got this. My second win of the week is that I got to dance again. I was injured for like 2 weeks, and I was dealing with some like ankle pain as well on top of that. So I was able to shuffle again. It felt really good. I still feel like some sort of like tightness and pain sometimes. So we're taking it very slow. And on top of that, my third win of the week is that I can jump again. So my exercise program actually consists of strength, mobility, jumping, like plyometrics. So I'm able to get back into that, and it felt really good. I was kind of bummed that I couldn't do it for like 2 weeks, because I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, that is it for my small wins of the week. Before I close out this episode, I just want to say that I love that I spent the first 8 years of my life in the Philippines. I love being Filipino. I love my culture so much. Unfortunately, I have not been back to the Philippines since I left, and that was in 2004. It is 2026 now. I am planning on going to the Philippines next year. I really want to go for like a month, but we'll see if I can make that happen. At least 2 weeks. If I can do 3 weeks, I would love to. It's just so much. Like there's so much to explore there. I want to explore all of the things that I didn't get to explore as a kid. But yeah, I love that I'm from there. Like I love the Philippines so much. I miss it, and I can't wait to reunite with her. But you already know I'm also very, very proud to be from Hawaii. Like I rep Hawaii all day, every day, baby. Okay? If you know, you know, we're the best people. And a Filipino being from Hawaii, girl, don't mess with me. I'm crazy. I'm kidding. If you know, you know. Okay? Anyways, besties, that's all I have. I'm going to continue this series, actually. There's going to be things that I'm going to be talking about, especially with like my identities and the things that I struggled with as an immigrant growing up. So yeah, stay on the lookout for that. So yeah, I am so grateful that you made it to the end of this video, and so appreciative that you guys are on this journey with me. So I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.